Hey guys, Eddie Miranda here. We're on the road to Olympia, and today we actually have first time 2017 Olympian, Anton Williams. Anton, say hello to everybody.
What's going on, everybody? It's actually Antoine. If my name's just spelled all jacked up. I shot my mama out for that one.
Yeah, no, hey man, my name's spelled differently too, bro. It's like mine's with a Y at the end instead of the IE. I'm not American. I'm
You're like,
Cuban.
is your name Edi? No, it's not Edi, it's Eddie. But that's why I just start saying Ant, man, because my name get butchered so bad. They just tell me what my name gonna be. I'm like, no, it's Antoine. I'm like, okay, Anthony. Like,
Hey, I'm not,
stop.
I'm, I'm not Mexican here, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh, y'all just added some letters in on my name. Just, okay, I'll take it.
All right, so just as a quick reference, man, just tell everybody a little bit of like your competition history, like how you became a pro and everything like that, man.
Man. Well, it started way back in 1976. A young king was born. Uh, um, I actually, it was weird how I came about even going for my pro card because I initially started out in bodybuilding. I was lightweight, and I look back at those pics now. I'm like, God dang, what was I thinking? But I was lightweight bodybuilding, and had some major knee issues, and had major like 7 knee surgeries, and forced me out of bodybuilding pretty much, and I was pretty much done with competing. And then physique came up, and my friend Dre Dillard had hit me up, and she was like, "Hey, you ought to take a look at this. I think this would be a perfect look for you, as far as doing this model S type of competing."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, I'll take a look at it." And so once I was able to get my knee back, halfway decent, I went ahead and I entered my first physique competition. That was back in 2010, I believe. Yeah, yeah, 2010, and I competed. I think I came in like fifth place, and I didn't like it. Coming in fifth place because I thought I looked better than half the guys up there.
Yeah, yeah.
It was so brand new. You know what I mean? That they didn't know what the hell they were looking for at the time. And so after that, I ended up having another knee surgery and went back down. And then, but I wasn't satisfied. I was like, let me get back out there. And I went back in 2013 actually, and I started competing again. Did some local shows, and I won 3 of them. I won. I did Masters and Open, so I won the Masters, and I came in like third in Open.
Yeah,
Against the young
yeah,
guys.
yeah. I'm looking at it right now. Like the Ronnie Coleman Classic, it was fourth place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And so after that, I went to the Texas State show, and I won Masters there, and I came in second, and that allowed me to be nationally qualified.
yeah,
And so my original plan was to go to Masters nationals and then see how I do, and if I ended up winning, I didn't have to worry about the USA's. But my plan was to, pay a late registration and go do USA's. But thank God I didn't. I ended up winning at Masters and earning my pro card,
yeah.
and that was all, while I was going through my situation on the police department. So I had to get away from escape the reality that I was living in at the time, and bodybuilding is what helped me out a lot. I just buried myself at the gym, and hell, even once I turned pro, I didn't know how big it was. Everybody was like, dude, you just went down there and turned pro, and I was like, okay, like what?
It wasn't like a big deal.
Yeah, I'm like, let me tell you. They're like, man, put IFBB on the front of your name and this and this. I said, okay, cool. So I did, and and they was like, you're gonna have to put on some ties before you step on stage again.
Hmm.
Because I was thinking once you turn pro, go get your pro card right away. And they was like, if you don't plan on competing, ain't no sense in paying your dues to get a pro card
Yeah.
if you're not gonna use it. So I took some time off to grow, and then I hit the ground running, man. And when I tell you, I started from the bottom, bro. I was coming in 16th place.
Yeah.
Each show I was progressing, but I started from the bottom, and I was one of the types that I wasn't afraid. I didn't know I was not planning on going out and winning right away and stuff like that. It happened,
Yeah.
but I knew I wanted to get my face out there, so I just traveled. I did shows after shows. I did Pittsburgh, I did Atlanta, I did Florida, you know, and these judges start seeing me, gradually making improvement,
Yeah.
and so after that, man, the following season after that, I actually started, making a little wave, and placing higher in top fives and stuff like that. And then that third year, which was last year, I ended up winning my first pro show, and then um, came in third at Kentucky
Yeah.
Muscle. And then after that, I've been top five in every show except that last shit in Denver.
Yeah, the Mahai, yeah. I mean, like what you said, you won your first pro show, and it was at the Diana Cadu, which I happened to be at that show while you were competing, but you ended up outbeating the guy that's won it 2 or 3 years before, which was Anton, and then you also end up beating Abmen, which won a show, just a week or two before that. Like
Yeah.
how did that feel that you came in on top on on those two guys that already were solidified as winners?
And it's funny that you say that. I was looking at Anton and I was like, shit, he's probably gonna get it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Anton, he looks good all the time. So I was, I kind of was just like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna train my ass off. Pics. People can post pics and look this way and show up on stage and don't look the same as those
Exactly.
pics. And so I just trained my ass off all the way until that show. Did everything I said. I'm gonna make it hard for them to not pick me,
Yeah.
and that's the mentality I had. And that's with every show. If I lay it all out there and just, suffer all the way to the show, you know what I mean. And it's hard to beat me, and that's just me,
Yeah.
in that, like I'm confident in myself and my work ethic. So when I got there at that show, I didn't even know half the guys. Only one I knew was Anton, as far as names. And Ahmed, that's a cool dude. Me and him, we keep in touch now.
Yeah.
He's he's definitely the future. And there was the other cat, Gerard, that was there. I didn't know who he was until everybody was like, "Man, you didn't know who that? He got this many followers and this."
Yeah, he's Mr.
I'm like,
Insta famous.
yeah, I'm just like, bro. At the end of the day, you got to show up
Yeah,
and bring.
exactly.
I don't care who you are. You know, yeah, you got this many followers, but it's these judges that you got to impress. So
Exactly.
I I was on that day. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against them guys, but I felt it. You know what I'm saying? You know how you can be back and you looking at everybody and you see where you're at. I just felt it. And then whenever I went up and they didn't move me, I was just like, in my head, I was like, this is not happening right now. I'm like, when I came off stage, my coach was like, dude, you didn't move. You dead center. I said, okay, cool. I said, well, shit, let me go back to the room and lay down. I don't want to eat nothing. I don't want to do anything to disturb anything.
Yeah.
So back and I came back for finals, did the routine, and, you know, it was a wrap,
Yeah.
and that's like I said, it was my first open pro win. And it's one of them deals after you feel that feeling, man, you forever chasing it high. Like, so a lot of people mention like, why did I get back out there and go compete after I was already qualified?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that was back in 2016 when I qualified. So that's damn near a whole year off, with my face not on the scene.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see how I stacked up against the Andre Ferguson's, George Brown, and all those guys. So, like, I could have easily backed out when I saw their names on the Pittsburgh show. I was like, no, you know what? This is a good test for me to see where I'm at. And like I said, I came in top five on that
Yeah.
show. So I felt pretty good about it. Especially going up against that much talent and those physiques. And to place top five at that show and then do it again the following week in Toronto.
Yeah.
So I think I did exactly what I needed to do by keeping my name out there, and the judges see me and seeing that I'm improving and stuff like that. So, it took a toll on my body, but
Yeah.
it is what.
Yeah. I mean, like what you said, like you went to Pittsburgh, you went to Toronto show. Pittsburgh was one hell of a show. I mean,
Yeah.
because I mean, you had George Brown, you had Andre Ferguson, you had Brandon Hendrickson, you had all those guys, and even with that, you came in on top five, which is really good in a show like that. You've actually outbeat previous Olympians that have been on the Olympic stage in that show as well. You know,
Yeah.
so it really solidified your positioning in what you're trying to do. You know, so
Right. And that, like I said, oh, I'm sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
no, no, go.
No, and that's what I was saying, bro. It's really about showing up. You can't worry about who's in a show, man. Like some people I know, they'll be like, "Oh, Andre's in this show, man. I ain't even gonna do it."
Yeah.
No, man. Andre, he may be off one day. You can't just, you know, assume dude gonna be on all the time. You
Yeah.
know, it is you show up and you bring the best you regardless. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And I don't do that dodging and picking shows. I don't sneak in at the last minute on a show. If I say I'm gonna do a show, I'm gonna announce it and be done with it. You know, I just don't play those tricks and stuff like that. I just like to go ahead and say I'm in there, and whoever shows up in that show, let them show up. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And like as far as your like between your pro win and what you're prepping for the Olympia, like how's your prep differing from when you won your show to what you're doing right now?
Uh, for one, it's different because I'm back at work. You know, like I said, I was out of work for 2.5 years, and I ended up doing personal training. So I was constantly in the gym.
Yeah.
So whenever I felt like working out, I could work out. Now I'm at work. You know, I got to do a full 8 to 10 hour shift, then get off and go do cardio and train other clients, and then get a workout in. So it's my time is very valuable, and I'm limited. So you know, it's a challenge, but you know, it's one of them deals. Like if you want it bad enough, you'll deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't get enough sleep. You know, closer to the show, you know, you get anxious and your body's schedule is all off. I don't even need an alarm clock. I'm getting up at
Yeah.
4 o'clock, do cardio. You know, my body's in that routine. So, uh, other than that, man, the food and everything's still the same. You know, pretty much, I've been, zero carb for the last 2 weeks. So, and that's tough being at work, and still having to give that energy at the gym and at work and all of that stuff. But like I said, the end is near, and I'm gonna give it my all the way to the wheel falls off or whatever. So
And like again, like what's like motivating you in order to stay in this prep, man? Because I see videos of you and you train in Metroflex, but I don't see you with other pros like hanging out and stuff like that. Like what's motivating you to stay on this prep full force?
the fact that I know I got a lot of people watching me, I want to do it for myself. I'm not taking this for granted. Saying I'll be back next year because we don't know what life is gonna take us. What route it's gonna take us. Like I said, I plan on taking some time to study and promote to lieutenant. During this off season. I got a lot of stuff that I'm weighing my options. My body needs a rest, so I'm just trying to finish what I started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't miss this for the world. I don't give a damn if I'm on a wheelchair. You're gonna see me up hitting that pose in the wheelchair. I ain't missing this show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my motivation right there. And like I said, I got this ain't just for me. It's for everybody that does what I do. You know what I'm saying? As far as working and got kids, and you know, this is for those type people that so they can see, hey man, ain't no excuse. If you want it bad enough, go out there and get it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, everybody that supported me, that's seen me go through the being on stage and forgotten about, never called out in the lineup, you know, coming back rejected and, just wanted to quit.
Yeah.
They've seen all of that stuff. So this is for them. They've seen the struggle and the growth.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I got a lot of people riding with me, supporting me. Shout out to, Metroflex Fort Worth, the council, Randy Dela Cruz, and my trainer, Jay Warren, who just turned pro, won 4 in a row out in Pittsburgh. Um, Ryan Dobson out at Metroflex Arlington. Those people right there, man, they made a way for me when I really didn't have nothing. So this is not just for me.
Yeah.
It's for them too. You know, my wife and my crew is putting up with me, and you know, shout out to them for even leaving cookies out and shakes. They
Yeah.
love me so much.
Yeah, it's always the family part. It's like leaving the cookies and the shakes
Oh,
out
man.
while you're on prep, and they're
Yeah,
eating it.
Stop by Sonic and get the girls some ice cream, and the damn whipped cream be sitting up out of the cup. Your finger touches it, and you just sitting there with that whipped cream on your finger. You like, should I lick it or just rub it with a napkin?
No, no, Hoy, that's 2 calories over my macros, man. It's like,
Yeah, like, if I do that, it's 30 minutes cardio. Might mess my stomach up. I'm gonna chill. But yeah, they do me dirty, man. They be in the house just eating chicken tenders, grilled, man, everything, mac and cheese, and they don't even eat it all, man. That's what make me mad. They know I don't like wasting food. My daughter will get a burger and fries and won't eat the fries, man. I'm just sitting there like, just gonna leave that right there.
really,
Like,
really.
like when I come out in the morning, it's still gonna be sitting right there, huh?
Oh my God, dude.
Hungry. But yeah, but they keep me going, man. They know I can't have stuff, so they'll like if I'm having a moment, and I'll be looking like I'm about to reach, they be like, "Daddy, you can't have that." I want it, I can have it. I can quit anytime,
Yeah,
but I'm just not.
yeah,
Like, and that's what's so crazy. Like, we can quit anytime and just eat what we want, but we won't do it. You know what I
exactly.
mean? It's just
It's that
that's why
determination.
everybody,
It's that drive, man.
yeah, everybody can't do this stuff. Like, there's been times I don't want to just say, you know what, I'm gonna go get this cheeseburger, man, and I'm gonna pray about it, and I'm gonna eat it, and then we're gonna start over tomorrow.
Yeah, bro.
But I know if I do that, I'm gonna steady be doing it. You know what I mean? And never gonna get anywhere. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna put the fat boy away for now and focus. So,
So, like, let's say you do, like, hypothetically speaking, man. Everybody dreams to be Mr. Olympia, and everybody always has thoughts of, hey, when I become Mr. Olympia, what am I going to do, or what will be running through my head? Like, what have you thought about that? Like, has it even crossed your
boy,
mind?
and that's not me being negative. I'm being realistic. It hadn't crossed my mind. I'm shooting for top 5, top 10.
Yeah,
But if I was to make Olympia, man, I would just give back to the sport, just like Jeremy's been doing. He's been a damn good ambassador for the sport, traveling, and you know, I probably let Leon get a little shine. With
bro. I was actually going to ask you, Mo, if you had Leon with you, man, if we could put him on the interview.
yeah, Leon in Vegas, bro. I promise you, spraying activator everywhere. I I'm trying to find Leon a new outfit, man. I'm trying to get something real player for him for Vegas. Something kind of like But yeah, man. Definitely, like if I was to win Olympia, man, I would definitely brand myself more and also just do whatever for the sport, man. Just whatever they need me to do.
Yeah,
Parents is here, whatever. And just be a motivator. Letting people know that you know anything is possible if you really want to work for it. But the thing is, you got to work.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of this easy. It's a lot of sacrifice, a lot of, and that's what I tell guys all the time. That's getting into the sport. Like, what do you want to do when you become a pro? Like, some guy, I want to turn pro. Bro, you go into Walmart, ain't nobody. I'm about to go into Walmart in a few minutes. Ain't nobody gonna know who the hell I am. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you want to accomplish with this pro card? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it something you just want to say you got it, or are you planning on branding yourself and doing different things with it? Like, just turning pro is nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's a platform though. It's a platform for you to get yourself out there,
yeah.
known. And people will take you more serious as a pro. If you're a trainer or something like that. So that's why I tell guys, man, have a plan. Don't just be, just doing a bunch of shows, stacking up trophies. Have a plan. What's going to be the end result? Once you become a pro, and stuff like that. Because I gotta tell them, I said, man, you got to take time, especially if you have a family, kid, and stuff. This sport will steal you away from that because,
Yeah,
like, I can't remember the last time I went out and just had burgers and fries with the kids, and
exactly.
and I can't eat there. You know, I'm at home and then I'll go and sit and watch y'all eat. And they want to see you throw down too, and I'm just like, I can't right now. But luckily they know me. Been they're used to me doing this stuff now. I remember when I first started, I was, man, I would chew everybody out. What the hell are you doing bringing popcorn in front of me? But now it's just
Yeah,
like, that's something I chose to do. You know what I'm saying? They not competing.
yeah.
They gonna
It's your choice. Yeah.
yeah, they like, dude, I'm about to eat this sandwich right here. You might want to go in another room, but this not, so I can't trip on that, man, no more like I used to. It's about me, having control and being able to have the discipline where, people can eat whatever around me and, it not bother me,
Yeah.
so, but yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Like if I was to win Olympia, just give back, brand myself, be a good ambassador, a good face, good look for the sport, you know, and that's about it, man. Be the best Olympian I could possibly be for this sport.
Yeah. So, man, truly wish you the best, like, on the stage on September 11th, man. We'll be there. We'll be able to capture all the action. And thank you for being on the interview with us today, man. Truly appreciate your time.
Been following you since, for a while, supporting you, buying your shirt, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Thank you, bro.
having a Male Physique News shirt. So you've always showed me love, man, from day one. Appreciate you for letting me do the backstage interviews,
Oh,
at what was that, Pittsburgh and Toronto?
yeah, I believe it was
I think
both
I
shows,
did them
yeah.
both.
Yeah,
Yeah. So like I said, man, you good people. You need me for anything, you holler at me and I got you.
bro, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man.
All right, Ed.
I'll see you in Vegas, brother.